Hey everyone, we're back with SubaHibi. Last time, we're Tomasane, right here. We just had a fight with Master. I'd be lying if I said it didn't. I knew we'd be getting a CG here. The two of us alone on the roof. Please, God, please. Do not. Master gave us some privacy. Still, she didn't have to bring the first aid kit up here just for me. Well, I got in a bit of a fight. Of course I am. I told you. I did it so I could protect you. So that I can be with you from now on. Yeah, that's right. But Tomasane's training arc really is just... Oh yeah, he fought with the voice in his head. But he fought his... We're gonna call him his uncle, even though, you know, what's his name, Toshio isn't, but you know, close enough. And then flirted with his little sister. That's enough for him to power up. Like it's my own invention, man. It seemed like for like, you know, the whole week he'd been training and, you know, learning life lessons, and no, it was all in the span of 6 hours. Of course not. I'm not going anywhere. We could talk for as long as you want. I think it's 6 hours, right? Really? Because I think he got up at like 10:30 and he said he had to be back by around 4:30, I want to say. I guess I do. What? For Bruno Erica? Very good. That might work. Why? Such a good for nothing brother. Hero? Oh, did he pull that line out? I think he did. What? It doesn't make any sense. You're right. I'm stronger than him. I definitely won't lose. As I laid my head in her lap, Hosky brought her face closer to mine. Ah! For a moment, I didn't know what had happened. Please don't be a kiss, I swear. When I finally realized what had occurred, Hosky's lips were pressed against my own. Hosky's lips were tinged with a darker shade of red than before. Don't be waxing poetically about your sister's lips. They were ever so slightly moist. Hosky! You just... Oh. Hosky averted her eyes, but I could see her cheeks blazing red. I couldn't look straight at her either. Hosky. I think we might not be on the Murakami route, guys. Assuming that's gotta be one, right? Like there's 2 H scenes left. Oh, I'm really hoping one's not with Hosky. But I mean, I guess what's the third route then? Is that the harem ending? Or is that like a non-romance route and instead it's like... I don't know. But I'm your brother. Hosky. Wait, no, it's gotta be the Murakami route. I have seen a CG of Murakami. It's an H scene. I've seen it with getting a CG for the back. Well, no, so when I was getting a background before. Because I don't have to look through the backgrounds. I look through the CGs. I can just get them in the gallery. I'm pretty sure I have. That hasn't shown up. Hosky? Oh, she doesn't show up.
都合がいい時だけ心の中で使い分けてたのかも。ごめん。
See, there's gonna be a plot twist in Which Streamed It when we get the Hosky flashback about the predicament, where it's revealed they're not actually blood related. That doesn't change things. That does not change things. Tears rolled down her cheeks and dripped onto my face. Why is she crying? Why is she sad? Hosky? I brought my hand to Hosky's tear-stricken cheek. That's... Just imagine doing... That's really awkward to do with your arm, I think. It was very warm and soft. More tears poured from her eyes. Hosky's tears fell in drops on my face, one after another. Then we couldn't have lived together. Is that allowed? Does that stop the weirdo vibes? Honestly, that's almost convinced me. Like, you made it 30% less weird with that. Although there's still like the fact that, like, how old is she? The girl I wanted to protect. I lived my life thinking only of her. Yuki said it too. Hosky was always the only girl in my heart. At the time, thought maybe she was exaggerating, but now I can say it. Yeah, I've always felt the same way, Hosky. See, I mean, when it comes to like incest pairings, there's two weird things about it. Like the blood factor, which I think isn't, no, I think the bigger thing is like the being raised together kind of thing, the familial relationship. Like, here, I'll come out and say it. I'll be this guy. Don't get this on the record. Like, if I was ever dating a girl, right, just a complete stranger, like 2 years later, found out, oh, she's my sister somehow. I have a secret sister. That wouldn't, okay, maybe it would bother me. But in my head, it wouldn't bother me. Because I think it's really the being raised together, the familial relationship that makes it weird. You dummy. That's why I was avoiding you. I was always fond of you. At some point, you became more than just a little sister to me. Don't make me stop this. I know that my feelings have changed, so I avoided you. I was afraid of admitting how I felt, so I avoided you. So please don't cry, Hosky. Our lips came together once again. At some point, I'd even forgotten. I always held feelings for Hosky that were more than just brotherly affection. Perhaps even from the moment I came into existence. Maybe I left Hosky long before then, before I even existed at all. That's what I think. Okay, yep. Wait, is this? Am I doing it now? Okay, so I've had a plan. Part of the reason, like, part of what finally got me to do SubaHibi is I had a plan for what to do for the H scenes, right? I had a joke planned that I was gonna do for every H scene, or at least like some of them. Except the problem is, none of the H scenes in SubaHibi have just been light or casual or anything, like, you know, romantic, really. I mean, I guess maybe the one with Himika, but I didn't do it then. Like, it's either Takuji having sex with a desk, it's either Kiyokawa knocking her father out and having sex with him, it's either Zakuro getting raped, it's, you know, all this bad stuff, right? That you don't really like. Well, either it's already a joke, so I can't joke around even more, like the death scene, or like I don't want to dilute the moment, you know. Just, is this the time? I might be doing it here. I might save it for the other H scene, which is probably Minakami. Almost definitely Minakami. Oh, that could be. That could be an H scene from the bonus chapter, actually, that I don't have installed. And like, I think it's Knocking on Heaven's Door. That's possible. Okay, so there's gonna be a cut here. Okay. Good line. Oh, okay, based, kind of based. There are no rules for falling in love. Kind of based, almost on it. Wait, actually, wait, how old is she? Never mind. I'm completely not based, actually. Wait, actually, maybe there should be some rules. Maybe there should be some rules. Gotta cut to black. You'll find out. You'll know from watching this if I did the thing or if I just cut to black. So I'm gonna go, ha ha ha, wasn't that great, guys? Or go, oh yeah, so there's an H scene there, yada yada. So you guys just fill in the blanks. We became one under the great blue sky. We don't have a long time together, but it's the first moment that we become more than just brother and sister. Under this sky, Asaki and I became one. I hate this game. I hate SubaHibi. Jabberwocky, July 8th. I mean, it was a really short scene though. Once Asaki calmed down and went to sleep, I quietly got up. Like, I didn't skip through it. Like, I didn't hold control. I just kind of clicked quickly. And it felt like it was over with faster than like every other H scene. It's all right, Asaki. I'm not a liar. I'll definitely come home. Then we can talk as much as we want. I'll protect you. Always. Now then. Still had a little bit of time left before dawn. But to be honest, I don't know how long it is till sunrise. Be easier if it was just 4:30. Dawn is approximately that time, but it's hard to tell when he's actually going to come back. It'd be really bad if he showed up while I was here with Asaki. I need to find a deserted place so we don't drag anyone else into this. Guess that means the rooftop. When I left the rooftop last time, I didn't lock it, so it should still be open. That should work. Are you going? Who is this, Ayana? You're on to me, huh? Oh. Are you gonna fight Mamiya Takuji? Who knows? I think you do. Otherwise, there'd be no reason to fight your master. Don't tell Hasaki. You're keeping it a secret from Hasaki-chan? There's no reason to tell her. I'm going to come home alive. I see. Where are you going to do it? Does it really matter? I guess not. Alright. Hey. If something happens to me, look after Hasaki for me. Please. You've never been polite to me before. There's a certain way to ask a favor of someone. Besides, I might have misunderstood you. Seems like you helped her out a lot while I was gone. That might have just been convenient for me too, you know? But I'm glad it was convenient for you to protect Hasaki. I have to thank you. Oh, that's awfully nice of you. I'm not used to hearing that from you. Well, I really am thankful. So if anything happens to me, please continue to take care of her. This guy's gotta be like in the flashback or something, right? It definitely feels like there's more to his character that like we're not gonna have time to see outside the flashback. So all right, nothing's gonna happen, right? You're gonna win and end this whole mess. Unless like we get an epilogue where like he reveals the truth to everyone and like about the well, do you want to do that though? Because then that gets Takuji. Well, I guess the truth about what happened to Zakuro at least. So there's like, you know, societal justice. Ida gets arrested for 1,000,000 years. Anyway, yes, and your investigation will probably end here too. I'm gonna put it all to an end. Really? Yeah, I'll end it. I return to the school rooftop before sunrise. The place where I'll spend the last of my remaining time. No, I have to fight so that this isn't the last. I wanted this time just so that I could say one thing to Hasaki. To be honest, I don't know if I can keep my promise. Well, there's a pretty good chance I can't. I did win against Mastery, but my fight with Mamiya Takuji will be on a different level altogether. Hello, Ayana. Yeah, this place doesn't really matter though. I thought this was the most suitable place. So where is Mamiya Takuji? Oh. Do you know what he's planning to do? Yeah, that's right. The end sky. What is that? Wait, we can start to have something to say about that. If it doesn't have meaning, then you gotta remain silent. Oh, it's just a name? Really? Then let me ask you a question. What are you? But that's just a name, isn't it? That doesn't explain anything.
じゃあ君は何？
Me? I'm Yuki Tomosane. And I tried to say something, but the words caught in my throat. I did try to speak of myself, but I was at a loss for words. That's right. That's just how it is. In talking about oneself, it's impossible to say anything more than you could find on a person's resume. The woman in front of me wore the same school uniform as I did. You could tell from the color of the trim that she was in the same year as me. She was female, and I was male. For the two of us standing there and looking at each other, there's nothing else for either of us to say. What are you? Such a big question. A meaningless question. Guess that's about right. I'm Yuki Tomasane. Nothing more, nothing less.
そうなら今度は私から質問。
I do like that response to what Ayana is. Oh. Yeah, I want that. Oh, oops. A question?
間宮君にした質問。そして
I don't
村
remember
上
this.
さんにもした質問。
What question?
友実君って死ぬのが怖い？
I don't remember the response to that. Dying, huh? That's a very straightforward question, isn't it? But still, several people have died in the past week or so. In this school alone, 3 people have died. A week that stinks like death. Many students have gone missing as well, it's likely for the same reason. The person who's behind it all is Mamiya Takuji.
間宮君は高島さんの、そしてお母さんの予言に怯えていた。
So it seems. I don't know much about Takashima's prophecy, but I know what his mother said. It was carved deep into his memory. The world will be destroyed, all existence will cease, and the world will be erased. What Mamiya Takuji was afraid of was his mother's prophecy, and by extension, death itself.
予言の恐怖とは死の恐怖、予測された消滅への恐怖。それは君でも怖いの？
Me? Before I would have said this.
どう答えた？
Not really afraid of dying. I'm destined to disappear after all.
定め。
I'm just a personality created to destroy Mamiya Takuji. Maybe I should say I was just a personality?
創造者としての間宮君、調和者としての水上さん、そして破壊者としての友実君。
This woman knows everything. No wonder she always puts me on edge. To think that she knows so much about us. It's almost like our souls are connected. But she's different from us. She's not one of the personalities inhabiting this body. Then what is she? It's clear that she's not a normal person. Which means she's another irregularity. Am I adding a syllable there?
Irregularity.
Irregularity. Okay. Not quite the same as us. I wanted to go regular. Irregularity.
Irregularity.
Nothing. What you were just talking about with the creator, the harmonizer, and the destroyer. He's the one who put that system in place. This is the end result. The creator is trying to destroy the destroyer. Mamiya Takuji couldn't accept his own fate of destruction. It's not quite right. There simply weren't enough actors on stage. You could even say that Mamiya Takuji released me from my role as the destroyer. Which means I've lost my fate.
失った後は
Now I should just wait to be destroyed and be erased by the creator. That's how Mamiya Takuji's new script reads.
自分が消滅するのは怖くないの？
Of course I'm afraid. I'm afraid of being erased and I'm afraid of pain. Either way, it's terrifying. Death is a thing to be feared.
そうなら死にたくないの？
Don't want to die? I'm not sure. I don't know what that question is supposed to mean.
でも死は恐怖である。
Yeah, of course. Somehow all the other things in this world which people fear doing, becoming, or happening are things that could actually be experienced. Except death.
されたくない。なりたくない。したくない。
Why does she look troubled by that? Exactly. For instance, most people wouldn't want to be tortured. Maybe a real masochist would want it though. Or else they don't want to go bankrupt. They don't want to become homeless. Those are things which are possible to experience, so it's possible to fear the doing, the becoming, and the happening of them. There's no way to experience death. Death is all around us. Even the nearest graveyard is full of dead people, yet there isn't a single person who has experienced death. Death is impossible to experience. That's the first principle. Taking something which is impossible to experience and speaking of it in the same breath as things which can be experienced strikes me as a perversion of logic.
経験不可能は経験可能なもののごとくには語れない。
Yeah, that's right. But people speak of death as if it can be experienced. Why is that?
なぜ
I don't really know myself. Maybe death only has meaning because it's a perversion of logic.
盗作だからこそ死を思うことに意味がある。
How do you like that? Yeah, isn't that what a perversion is? You're about to make an Immanuel Kant joke? For sex is just an act of biological reproduction. However, various perverted ideas throughout history have led people to think all things, create all things, and do all things of which they're capable. Sexual fetishes, for example, not only that, also romantic love. Physical lust and romantic love are impossible to tease apart. So how did Mamiya Takaji respond when you asked him that question?
怒ってた。死が怖いって認めることが許せなかった。
I see. What about Yuki?
だいたい君と同じ。死は誰にも経験できない。死を体感することはできない。死は恐れずに値せず。もし消滅するなら何も感じないし、どこか遠くに魂が移動するならば、本質的には今と変わらない。
Socrates song? Sounds like Yuki. Is that a Socrates line?
そして、
Oh, is the whole thing of one of two things, Socrates?
もう行かなければならないのです。私は死ぬために。しかし思うのです。我々が行く手に持っているものは、どちらが果たして良いものなのか。
And let me take a drink, got a little bit of hemlock.
それは誰にも分かりようがないことなのです。そして、
Oh, oops.
大哲学者は毒杯を口にした。
I see, but I'm confused. These words from the great philosopher of ancient times. Wonder if his answer really was correct. Everyone knows that.
誰でも
Socrates' words. To modern people, the meaning is almost too obvious. Even now, at this very moment, there are people dying. From the distant past until now, an unbelievably large number of people have died. Especially in this country, a great number of people have died without believing in any afterlife. People die every day with the understanding that death is not the road to another world, but rather simple oblivion. When you think about it, it's really bizarre. Death is the most terrifying thing within each of us, so we all think of it as the worst tragedy that could befall us. Is there not some form of afterlife in Shintoism? I don't know enough about. I know, like, you know, Shintoism is very like nature focused, and there's like a god for everything, like thousands of them, so it's kind of branched out. So I guess it makes sense that there's not one central. Yeah, people die every day. People die and it doesn't even matter. If death was such a frightful thing, there'd be revolution every day as the people desperately try to escape their deaths. But the truth is far from it. Most people don't thrash or cry in the fear of their death. They simply die. Well, sure that many people experience regret when sentenced to death, but at the moment of death, they're perfectly calm. In other words, everyone knows that death isn't worth lamenting. It's perfectly obvious. Oh, so this is a rejection of Takaji's idea. He's saying that everyone hides from death, but Tomosani is saying, no. Death, we all know it's here. Go on living anyway. It's a perverted impulse that even leads people to contemplate death.
なら、君は死ぬの怖くない？
No, I'm afraid. Of course I am, but I don't fear it any more than everyone else on this planet.
誰でも感じる程度？
Yeah, it's the same reason that a newborn infant cries, don't you think?
生まれたての子供の泣く理由。
One who came before existence might loathe existence just as we loathe death. For instance, if a newborn infant cries to curse his own life, I actually had a dream like that several times.
夢？
Yes, a dream. It was a premonition. Sure, it was a premonition.
どんな予感の夢？
A baby is
誰
born.
の？
I don't know. I don't know, but a baby is born. Masaki? That baby cries. Wah wah. Everyone laughs as they hear the baby cry. They all bless the child. The mother, the father, and everyone else in the room. The child's life, they bless it. The world is full with blessings for life. However, that's wrong. And then, I alone feel fear. Fear. because the baby is cursing the world. Truly, the newborn baby curses the world into which he is born. So this is the dead brother. He curses the very fact that he was born. I freeze in that spot as everyone laughs in blessed ignorance. I alone, I stumble and stagger, but somehow come closer to that baby, and I try to stop its crying. I know I have to do this. Why? I don't know why, but that baby, you know? He was born, and I think about the cruelty in my life, and I think that this could be my one way to atone for my sins. Sins against who? Probably against that baby, and against something else too. I think I'd strangle that newborn baby. I'd try to end his life right there, dude. I'd end his life as everyone else laughed. I would put my hands around his neck, but I can't do it. My hands are around the neck of that crying baby. I can't bring myself to throttle him. Why? Why is that? Even as I'm confronted with my own means of atonement, I can't do it. Is the brother just gonna be like child Hitler? Though I know I must bring an end to his cries. Well, I mean, he is Takuji's old friend, so that makes sense. I can't do it. I can't give that baby meaning to his life. I can't give him any possibilities. I know it's the one thing I can do to atone, but I can't do it. I collapse on the spot. Right there, I break into tears. I cry like a baby. I'm utterly pathetic. Even in a dream, I can't do a thing. I cry and cry, a grown man. How pathetic. And as I do, the crying of that baby, it changes, becomes normal. Then, the baby simply cries like any other. As I listen to its cries, as I myself cry, I think to myself, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Why? I don't really know, but thank goodness. Nothing was really resolved. Nothing really changed. Just thank goodness. I cry, and I think the fact that I was born, the fact that I'm alive today is probably, I think it's the same thing. Yes. Then I said this was a premonition. That's what I think. It's a premonition of my own life. Okay, that's gonna be important in a few hours. First question, you asked if I was afraid of death. Death is fearsome, but death will never come to any of us. That's the truth, and I understand it as such, yet I still find myself afraid. The fear of death germinates in a mind which thinks itself either blessed or cursed. Without that blessing, or that curse, man will not fear death, just as wild animals do not fear it. That blessing tortures man, that curse tortures man. At the same time, that blessing saves man, that curse too saves man. Guess that doesn't answer your question.
全然ちゃんとした答え
Ayana? You called it Sui no Sora?
ついの空
Sui no Sora, yeah. Can I see it too? Will I really be able to see it?
見えるよただ最後の空は君のものじゃない
The last sky isn't mine?
そろそろ来る私を犯し終わったみたい
Ravishing you? Are you talking about Mami Takuji's delusions?
だから
You don't have to show us. You don't have to show us. Huh? You don't have to show us the H scene. Oh, a shadow? That's not it. This is the same as before. Shadow that wasn't there a moment before. That shadow gradually took shape before my eyes. That shadow, standing before me and Ayana, took a human form. Mami Takuji.
お前は一体今僕に何をした？
さあ何にもしてない私はただ見てただけ
何かしただろう
勝手に間宮くんが妄想の中に入っちゃっただけ私は何もしていない
なんだとあれが妄想なわけがないだろうあんなリアルな妄想があったら
Oh no, he's about to catch
現実と
on.
妄想に区別なんてできないじゃないかそうだ確かにあの時僕はお前の肌のぬくもりを感じたあんな妄想があってたまるか
ぬくもり気持ち悪い
何を言ってる貴様など二なりの変態女だろさすが変態女め
I missed you, Takuji.
だから私二なりなんかじゃない
いや、お前は二なりだった。確かめてやる。どうだ、やはり。
You can just kill him now.
おい、
間宮君。間宮君、いたずらにしては度が過ぎてたので、パーではなくグー。鼻血出てる。
I vaguely remember this. I didn't remember the second bunch.
次に会う時にいたずらするならデコピンぐらいにした方がいいと思う。でないと間宮君の鼻の骨。
Oh, oops.
お前。
でも次はないのか。
A new challenger enters the ring. Oh, not yet, not yet.
私は音無し綾菜。
I forgot about
そう
Ryu's
呼ばれて
dregs.
るもの。あなたのリルルちゃんの檻でも影でもない。私はあなたの妄想じゃない。
リルルちゃんは妄想などではない。
そう、あれは妄想じゃないんだ。でもそうなのかもしれない。あれだって自分自身を妄想だと認めないはず。私がそうであるように、あなたがそうであるように。妄想じゃない。目の前のあなたも私も。でも私は音無し綾菜。
She is Otonashi Ayana, that's
人
true.
間であるという設定。
Well, what are you in other
で
settings?
も、もうあなたは人間ではない。
はあ、当たり前だ。僕は救世主だ。人類を救うべきものだ。ただの人間などであるわけがない。まして僕は間宮拓司などという哀れな魂の所有物などではない。私は世界を空へ返す者、救世主たる者、正波動を操る者。
You know, I never heard Takeshi saying this stuff, so it's weird to hear it from him.
そう、空に返す。その空の名は
Sui no
世界
Sora.
の
Oh.
限界、最果ての空、対の空。
そう、対の空に至るんだ。
You know, how many times do you think they say Sui no Sora in the script? It's gotta be hundreds. You think it's thousands?
無限が有限につながり、有限が無限につながる。ぐるぐると回るウロボロス、循環性、永劫回帰、
How long is this video going on for?
永遠、円運動、
Not too long, okay.
破壊と
Yeah,
創
we
造。
don't have to hear you say all that.
難しそう。
ヨルムンガンドの目覚めは近い。我々ミズガルズを取り巻き、自らの王を加えた巨者の目覚め。
So is Tomosato just kind of chilling?
近いんだ。だから空に帰らなければならない。
よかったね。間宮君は君なりの存在理由を認められたんだ。
何？そんな低俗な概念ではない。
Of course, of course.
そうだね。水上由紀、結城友実。
その二人が何なんだ。
Is this the first time she breaks out the creator and Harmonize the Destroyer?
いまだにこの二人の名前には反応するんだね。まだ気になるの。
Because I remember that like revolutionized everything back in the day.
なんで僕があの二人のことなんて気にしなければならないんだ。気になるわ
But
け
I'm
が。
curious, does it let you skip this? No.
あの二人、間宮
Because
君
like
と
this is old text, but also like
全く違ったものを見ている。
it's kind of important, like because it's been so long. Maybe I can start skimming
違った
it.
ものを見て違ったことをして。
Or should I? Because like the content is probably way different now that
その三つはバラバラなのに一つのものでしかない。想像。
yeah, okay, that's the first time that got
それ
used.
ぞれが全く違った性質を持ちながら 名指す者口結城智実君
He's right there.
彼は言っていた。
言っていた。
泣いてる泣いてる赤ん坊のその声を止めることができなかった。
Was that actually said in It's My Own Invention?
そしてできなかったことがあるいは人が持つ現在であり、だからこそそれが善意なんだって。
Hold on, SubaHibi notes. Did I write that down? Doesn't look, I stopped my SubaHibi notes.txt sometime in It's My Own Invention.
人が生きるということは現在という形の善意なんだって。地獄までの道は善意によって敷き詰められている。だったら地獄までの道は
希望。
Kibo?
そう。でももう間宮君には必要ないものだ。神々の役目は変わる。破壊者はもう再生の自ら破壊し創造者調停者は立ち止まる。
Wait, hold on. Harmonizer, hesitate and stops in place.
始まってしまった人が最後に戸惑うのは。
うるさい。
Yeah, same, same.
僕は対の空に至るも。もう一度言う。もう一度言う。
Say it
もう
again.
一度言う。お前のことが大嫌いだ。僕は。
今日は
18th.
そうだ。20日まで箱舟に集まる。もうほら、あんなに大きく見
Oh,
えるだろ。
okay, there we go. Wow! What is
あんな
that?
に巨大に見
This
え
guy
るだろ。
looked strange. Is this what Mamiya Takaji was speaking of?
そうだ。限界の先。
Looks the same to me.
ほら。あれが世界の限
Okay, yeah, there we go.
もうここまで対の空は来ている。もう世界の果てまであと数ミリなんだ。今すぐでもいい。
But
すぐに
first,
飛び出しても構わない。
ならなんでまだやらないの。
まだやらない。まだやらない。
ah,
まだやらない。
that's right. Something I still have to do.
ことがあ
Shut
る
up,
から。
Takaji. Something I have to do, and something Mamiya Takaji has to do. That's right. This is the answer. Took a deep breath and yelled out his name. Mamiya Takaji!
この声。
So cool.
いつからそこに。
Been here the whole time, much longer than you knew. Right here beside you. You haven't forgotten about me now that you've become the savior, have you? So, like, I know this is the same scene, but it's so cool. I don't mind reading the scene twice.
結城智実。
It's even the same way because I unmuted Takuji last time. Yeah, that's right, I'm Yuki. The person you so feared. Yuki Tomosane-sama.
なんだそりゃ。久しぶりに会ったらキャラ変わってるね。もっと落ち着いた感じのドキュンかと思った。
He had sex, so now he has the power to defeat Takuji. Well, things happen, you know? I've actually always been like this.
それで君が僕に何の用だい？
You didn't finish me off. I'm sure you knew this was coming, right? I'm sure you could sense it.
うすうす感じる？
Your fate. To be erased by me.
何を言い出すやら。消し去る？救世主の僕を一階のドキュンの君が？そりゃとんだミスキャストじゃないか。
Out of place?
ああ、そうだよ。そうだよ。だって君は僕が知る限り最も低俗でバカで、使えることと言ったら肉体言語だけだろ。ああ、君はバカだから知らないかもしれないけど、
Oh, thank you, Takuji.
肉体言語っていうのは暴力のことだからね。こんな認識の極地、対の空の下で。なんで僕は君みたいな低俗な人間を相手にしなければならない？今日まで僕はここで白リルル、そして神なる父。
Oh god, I forgot about the
おとなしややな。
What's the sound effect? Take a
そう
lee
い
lee
った
lee lee.
認識の外なるもの。なのになんだい君は。なんで君みたいな刑事家なものが。まるでニーベルングの指輪に森の石松が出てきて突然寿司食いねえって言ってるぐらいミスキャストだ。
I'm sure I googled this before, but that's the one that inspired Lord of the Rings, right? Like, Tolkien probably read it. Oh, really? Sorry about that then. But didn't I say it before? The battle between you and me will go on until one of us is destroyed. Did you think you could end it by just hurting me?
まあ、わりかし。
Oh, really? You've underestimated me then.
今の今まで隠れてたやつにそんなこと言われる筋合いはないと思うけど。
Hiding? Are you stupid? You're the one who tried to erase me, but it's not worth explaining that to him.
まあ、なんだギリギリまで待っていたということかな。修行でもしてたの。
That's right.
さあ、最後の舞台にふさわしい演出のつもりかい？
Yeah, that's it. These are the fruits of my labor.
努力？何の努力だい？
My labor. The last 6 hours working to destroy you.
僕を消すための努力？
Yeah, the 3 principles that you don't understand. Work, courage, and fucking courage.
ほんとキャラ違うね。そんな古典的ドキュンだったっけ？君って。
I've never been serious until now. I've always hidden my power, but this time I'm serious. I've seriously come to kill you.
素朴な疑問なのだが、なぜそこまでして君は僕を消し去ろうとするんだい？
Why? That's a stupid question, Mamiya Takuji.
愚問？それは黒波動に君が侵されているから。そう考えて差し支えないということなのかな。
Black Surge? See, you've come up with new delusions. I don't remember you using that word the last time we met.
手に入れた？君はどれだけ考えなきものなのか。手に入れたのではない。知ったのだ。真実を。
You believe every single one of your silly delusions, huh?
妄想？知性のかけらすらない君には全てが妄想に聞こえるのだろう。
Delusion, huh? Just like Copernicus's heliocentric theory was called delusional, right? I've learned how to say Copernicus since the last time. I still think Copernicus is a cooler way. That's a cooler name.
分かってるじゃないか。
In ancient times, even though Philolaus, I don't know how to say Greek names, believed that the central fire was at the center of the universe and the earth, the sun, and all other celestial objects rotated around it, he believed the sky rotated around the earth. Do you know why?
何？
He already had his answer, and he changed reality to fit his notions. His worldview became warped. The center of the world is right there, right here. That was a given. Even if it was mistaken, they couldn't accept that their world revolved around another celestial object. Preconceived notions. Reality forcibly fit to those notions. Doing that warped their worldviews. The facts that you want to be true can coincidentally happen to align with the reality. How often does that happen to you, Takuji? They still wanted to believe that they were the center of the world and everything revolved around them. They alone were special in the world. Hey, Takuji, you want to believe, do you? You can't accept the real world. You aren't the center of the world. You aren't special. You aren't any sort of savior like your mother thought you were.
Yuki!
He came right at me with a straight punch. I saw exactly where his fist was headed. His anger and reckless abandon showed me the path that his fist would take. Once I saw the attack, there's no problem. I only had to hold strong in my heart. I dashed in right next to his face. My arm was already locked under his armpit. Then I lowered my waist. I lowered my waist and lifted him to nearly vertical in my hold. And then, his body went flying through the air. A perfectly executed move. Since his arms were stretched to their limits, I destroyed his joints while simultaneously slamming him down onto the concrete. How about that? The all-knowing savior should know about that move, right?
なんだ今の。すべての武道を知り尽くした僕が全く知らない技。
You do know that move. You just forgot it is all. Looks like you're serious, huh? Yeah, that's right. Thought I was born just to erase you. I denied myself and tried to erase myself. I thought I was created.
何を
I am the destroyer, an existence born to end things, to destroy worlds with order, an existence that gives birth to new order. I'm supposed to be a person created just for that purpose. Are you scared? Can't you admit it?
何の話だ
What am I talking about? Are you stupid? I'm talking about Hasaki, of course.
何の話だ
Even now, even at the end, you can't hear it. Her name, that's it, isn't it? You tried to protect Hasaki by forgetting about her and pretending she was dead. For that at least, I have to commend you. No matter how crazy you got, you always put Hasaki's happiness first.
なんだそれは何をお前は言ってるんだ
Her name won't reach you until the very end, huh? Whenever the words you hear aren't convenient for you, you destroy them or erase them. Especially when it comes to Hasaki. You try to erase or change all your memories of Hasaki. You've used every technique to erase, replace, or ignore Hasaki's existence. That's bravery. That's your own form of bravery.
何なんだお前さっきから大事な部分だけ言わずに言葉を隠すな
You're the one who hid them. It was you who hid them. But remember that I was the only one with a connection to Hasaki. Neither you nor Minakami Yuki, but I, the person who's fated to disappear.
貴様気狂いなのか
Crazy? Are you really asking that? Here in this place, no, in this world, there's not a single person who isn't crazy. You should know it. The world you've birthed, the world you know, the world you created is filled with nothing but madmen. I forgot about that line right there. Which, that's probably going to be relevant for the flashback. He couldn't even cushion his fall when I threw him. He only managed to twist his neck and disperse the force of the blow. He's pretty tough, though. How about that? You can't even see straight now, right? Haven't learned a single new trick. While you're playing around with your delusions, I was training so hard that I pissed blood in order to master some new techniques. What did you? It's been 6 hours. This is the limit of your delusions. Your delusions will be ended by my reality. This is the opposite of last time. Last time I was there, leaning against the fence, and you looked down upon me. That's the opposite. You're the one who's fallen bloody to the ground, Mamiya.
僕が倒れてる
That's right. This is the end. Let's end it here, Mamiya Takuji.
何
We're under this end sky, so shouldn't it be fine? Isn't it a fitting end for us?
俺たちの終わり
Yeah, let's end it here. We don't need to drag anyone else into this. Don't drag everyone else into your games. The only ones who need to go along with your end of the world are me and her. The three of us are plenty. This sky is the end for just you and me. This is where it will end. Isn't that good enough, Takuji? I always carried this knife around for some reason. Oh, is that the Extreme Ratio Tactical Tanto BF2? I don't know why it was in my pocket. No, that's gotta be... No, that's gotta be the knife that the person who was holding Hasaki hostage had. I don't know who first put it there. I just felt I had to end it here with this knife. It won't hurt. I'll aim for the heart. Aren't we both tired of this painful game? Huh? Someone's voice. I thought she showed up after the stabbing. I recognized that voice. That voice was... Oh. Wait, so was the reporter there the whole time? Why did you follow me? Sorry about that. Damn it, Kimura. Crap. Forgot to lock the door. If I'd have locked it, you wouldn't have been able to follow me up here. Hasaki. From her perspective, it must have looked like I was pointing a knife at my own chest. In reality, I was about to plunge this knife into my own chest.
閉じ込めておけばよかった。
I told you. That was also an option. Huh?
Yuki!
Asuki couldn't see the change that just happened. The knife moved from my hand to Mamiya Takuji's. Mamiya Takuji's willpower grabbed hold of the knife. Damn it. It was his knife all along. The moment I realized that...
心臓ここだよね心臓って
At the very end, still messed up, huh? Oh, you know Himawari?
しくじった何言ってるんだよこれは必然なんだよ予定調和なんだよ
The knife was definitely carved its way deep into our physical body. In other words, both Mamiya Takuji and I had been stabbed. Just from the feeling of that knife, I could tell that neither of us were safe. I could tell the knife had been driven very deep into the flesh. Pre-established harmony, huh? I see. So in your eyes, I've already outlived my purpose.
ああそうだ君は所詮は僕が救世主になるためにあるハードル超えるべき存在確かに僕は君を甘く見ていた甘く見すぎていたそれを教えてくれたことには感謝しよういつ何時でも救世主は油断すべきではない相手がどんなに小さな存在に見えたとしても油断すべきではない君はそれを僕に教えてくれたありがとう
Hey, Hasuki. I'm sorry. Looks like I won't be able to keep my promise. This is the end for me. Couldn't do anything for you, Hasuki. Could I?
とも兄さんそんなことないそんなことだからとも兄さん
There's nothing I can do. I've been beaten. Nothing I can do, huh? Is this true reality? Then I can only accept it.
ああ受け入れろこれが現実だ僕が救世主であり世界を空に返すそれが現実なんだよ
I see. Good job then. This is how it was going to end. I shouldn't have used the last of my time like this. Should have spent my time with you. I've been an awful brother too. I haven't changed at all. Now then, farewell, Mamiya Takuji. Congratulations. You've won. And I've lost.
とも兄さん行かないで
You dummy. Don't come near me. It's dangerous. This body will be Mamiya Takuji soon. I'm going to disappear.
とも兄さんが消えるなんてありえないよだって
Yeah, I don't really want to disappear. I wanted to be with you longer.
そうだよだからとも兄さん一緒に帰ろうもううちに帰ろうよ
You're right. That was the promise.
そうだよ
To be together forever and talk as much as we wanted.
もっとたくさんの言葉を交わすって約束した私
Oh,
まだまだ全然足りないよ
we didn't talk enough, did we? I wish I could have talked with Hasuki more. I was only paying attention to meaningless stuff. I couldn't see the most important thing in my life. Because I would be disappearing, because I was fated to disappear, I try not to make any memories with Hasuki. Now that I think back on it, that's a really foolish thing to do. All people eventually disappear. I'm not the only one fated to disappear. Just because we're all going to disappear doesn't mean our memories aren't still precious. So, let's talk. Himawari?
私ね、ゆうべね、大 きなひまわり見たんだよ。夏の夜空に大きなね、黄色いひまわりがすごく綺麗で大きくて。
A sunflower. So what's Kimura doing right now exactly? He's like calling an ambulance, right? For some reason, I saw a great sunflower stretching into the night sky. I guess you could call it a Yoru no Himawari. Just for a second, that sunflower, sometime, somewhere before.
もう夏なんだね。すっかり夏なんだよ。学校もそろそろ夏休みだし、私今年はとも兄さんとどっか行けたらいいなって思って。
Summer, huh?
ずっとどこにも行かなかったから、今年の夏はどっか行きたいって。
What's the ending name? One of them's like Hill of Sunflowers, right? They're gonna make a promise to go see the Hill of Sunflowers, and then, well, he'll live. Tomo-san has to live in one of the endings at least,
今年の夏は
right?
とも兄さんとまた仲良くなれたから。
Well, honestly, I'm 100% convinced this game won't have a sad ending.
だから夏休み一緒にあの村に帰ろうよ。
Our town?
そうだよ、あの村だよ。兄さんと一緒に過ごした。
That sunflower with Hasaki. That's right. Because I'm her big brother. I should have done more things like that with her. Huh? Just now. That landscape. Oh, right, that landscape. I knew it once. A sunflower along the path. How did I forget that? We were there together before.
夏休みまたあの村に行こうよ。
This summer?
とも兄さん。
Yeah, of course. This summer? It's already summer. The blue sky and the sunflower, with marshmallow clouds drifting by overhead, and Hosky wearing a big hat. And she walks with me, forever and ever. The two of us, on that path, to reach the top of the hill. And there, waiting for us on the other side of the hill, is a beautiful scene in the future. Your credits? Okay. We've heard this song before. Is this gonna be a lyric version? Maybe, maybe not. Okay. I don't know if the song will be muted or not, but that's Jabberwocky 1. I guess, like, I teared up a little, I'll be honest. Still a cool scene. What was Kimura doing the whole time though? Like, you better be on the phone with 911. Or like whatever you call it in Japan. Anyway, so obviously we're about to get the flashback. We're about to go see what happened back then and what's going on. So, theory I have, because you know, anytime there's like an incest plot, you know they love to subvert it, going, oh, it's not actually incest, they're not actually blood related. So I think what's gonna happen is it was Hasaki's brother was Mommy Takuji. Well, I don't know, like, are they? I feel like there's redemption for Takuji is the thing. That's the problem with making him baby Hitler. And the older brother was born as Yuki Tomosane, not actually related to Hasaki. Because remember, there's that whole thing with like the cult leader and the dad, you know, different fathers or whatever. So you can at least go half siblings with them, which I mean, that's still like, there's no difference, but like, you know, it's Japan, so probably by anime rules that makes it okay. So maybe it was, I mean, I'm pretty convinced it's the dead brother that's evil. It's either that, the mom, or the cult leader, one of those three. Um, we unlocked what streamed it. Yeah. Okay. I know the name of it, by the way, because I watched the what's it, the OP recently, and it has all the names of it. The world is independent of my will. Is that Wittgenstein 6.373? Even if everything we wish for to happen, that'd only be, so to speak, a favor of fate. For there is no logical connection between will and world, which would guarantee this, and the assumed physical connection itself, we could not again will. Yeah. Well, I had to get permission to quote it. Wait. This is after? Sorry. Okay, hold on. I just wanted to see the opening scene. It always starts with the black screen. This isn't, well, we're doing like an end media res kind of thing? Do we have a date? Nope. Okay, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what's important about this scene with Husky and Besta, but we're getting it. See you guys next time for whatever this is. Bye.